What is up, guys? Coming at you in the parking lot of the gym in my car. I've already tried to shoot 2 takes this. Usually I do these things live, so I only do 1 take, but now I'm trying to make the perfect video. But I'm like, forget that! We're doing everything 1 take, baby. Just 1. That's all we do. All right, so here's the thing I want to talk to you today about. It's accountability, right? Now, usually I wear my glasses, but I'm basically doing pool workouts to get ready for my first triathlon. I know, it's crazy. How the hell do you go from fighting to try to do a triathlon? But stay tuned, guys. It'll be for a good cause, and I'm hoping this will be the next big thing. Accountability. That's what I want to talk to you today about. And I think it's a very valid and important thing because so many of us in our life make excuses for a lot of things. You know, we aren't where we want to be because this person. Or we aren't where we want to be because of the weather. Or we aren't where we want to be because I don't know. The problem is, as long as you come up with these excuses, as long as you have these vices that say, I'm not where I want to be because of this person or because this happened, you're never going to grow. I had some really screwed up stuff that happened to me recently, and the thing is, I'm not really able to disclose it or talk about it, but what I'll tell you about is this. I wanted to point a lot of fingers. I wanted to say it was this person's fault or this or that. But then when I finally looked at it and I reflected on it, I realized to myself that I had to hold myself 100% accountable. That it was nobody's fault but my own. And from that point, I'm able to learn. I'm able to improve. I'm able to get better. But if I would have sat back and pointed fingers at this person or that person, no growth would have happened. And this isn't the first time this happened in my life. It's, one of many. And what I realize is that with each time things like this happen, we learn and we get better. In fighting, dude, there was times where, like, I got knocked out. Live TV, man. Like, when you think about losing, like, a game, you think about you losing, no big deal, right? You have a team. But when you get knocked out on live TV on Fox, man, that's what I tell people. If you can come back from getting knocked out on live TV, everything else in life is easy. And it's crazy because in the fight game, millimeters, inches. And specifically, it was when I fought Matt Brown on Fox. And I got caught with an overhand right. All I had to do was one simple little thing. Bop. Blocked. Wouldn't have happened. After that fight, man, I went into a lot of depression and everything else. And what I finally realized was this, is that it comes down to, it was nobody's fault but my own. And from that, we can grow. And I used to think so many times people would remember things like that. And people would hold it against you. And the funny thing is that people don't remember our failures. They remember our successes. They remember what we did. When people have funerals, you don't talk about the failures. You talked about all the things that you achieved in. All the things you did well in. And especially in the fight game, a guy that comes to mind that I hold in really high regard that I've always looked up to is Chuck Liddell. Because when he got knocked out the first time against, I think, Quentin Jackson, Joe Rogan interviewed him and said, Chuck, what happened? What could you have done? And I think Rogan was thinking for some excuses, and Chuck's just like, I got caught. I got caught, and I lost the fight. That takes a lot of balls to do that. That takes a lot of balls to just put it out on the line and say, you know what? It wasn't my night. It happened. I'll be back. And I think we all can learn something from that. I think we can all go, you know what? If we don't make excuses and we hold ourselves 100% accountable for things that happen to us, we will grow. We will get better. We will improve. You lose a race, hey, guess what? I lost a race. You ask someone out on a date, they don't go out with you, big deal. You learn from it. You fail the test, big deal, no excuse. You study, hit the books again, hit it back hard. But when you come up with excuses like, oh, I failed the test because the teacher had it out for me and this and that, no growth happens. You're not going to get better. You're just going to stay doing the simple, plain stuff that you've always done. But the moment that you say, you know what can I do better? How can I improve? Then you stop digging that hole that you've been digging for so long. You start climbing your way out of it. You start realizing, how can I get better? How can I improve? You start looking at your holes. Instead of putting all your attention, all your focus on all the individuals out there that are trying to take you out, you're thinking, you know what? How do I become stronger? How do I make my armor stronger? How do I get better? How do I improve myself? And the crazy thing is, everyone in the world is running around. Most of us are just running around paranoid. Always wondering what everyone else is thinking. Always wondering about everyone else and how they're going to do us over and do this and do that. But what about just looking within? What about every morning just saying, you know what? How do I become a better human being? How do I become a better person? How do I make less excuses and hold myself accountable? And the hard thing is, I'm going to tell you, the really hard thing is, when you go out there and you play a big game meaning that you go out there and you try to do big stuff, you will fail. But you dust yourself off, you get back on your horse, and you keep going. That's how you improve. That's how you get better. That's called playing big. Because when you play big and you get on the field of life, you might win, you might lose. But you know what? You're the one. Yes, you are the one that got on the field where everybody else is in the grandstands, one finger pointed at you, three fingers pointed back at themselves. A lot of people in this world are cowards. A lot of people in this world do not want to go out there and want to play big game. They don't want to take risks. They're scared shitless of failing. They're scared shitless of going out there and just putting it on the line. I'll be honest with you. I'm one of them sometimes. There's a lot of times where I'm timid, man. But I look at the fear. I look at the fear of failure, the fear of a lot of things, fear of success, whatever you want to call it. When you face that fear, you grow. And on the other side of fear is everything you've ever wanted. Because fear is what controls us. Fear is what holds us back. The reason we play the blame game is fear. We have the fear of being judged. We have the fear of success. We have the fear of a lot of things. But the whole reality is that you got to go out there and you got to play big, can't make excuses, and you got to push yourself forward. I do these videos, and man, I'm telling you, sometimes I don't know if anybody watches them. Other times, I get a lot of response. I get a lot of feedback. But I tell myself that I got to just keep pushing forward and keep moving. Because if I got one person that I reach, one person that I help, then it's all worthwhile. So guys, do me a favor. Down below in the comment section, write down what you're afraid of. Write down your fear and write down what you're going to face. If you're scared of water, go join a swim team. If you're scared of going to the gym, go join a gym. If you're scared of heights, go skydiving. Face your fear and don't make excuses. Try to go one day without making excuses. Every time you make an excuse, you got to drop down and do a push-up. All right, guys. Please share, comment, like, over and out. Woo!